Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip of the So Yeah podcast. If you like what you hear, give it a like. If you want to hear more, give it a subscribe. You can hear our full podcast on Spotify, link down below. So yeah. Our next topic, guys, is actually going to be on the now infamous urban explorer Matt Sonswa and the effect. Once again, if you're an Urbex enthusiast, you do know of this guy. He was probably most famous for his after hours slash abandoned Disney properties, which got him some fame, got him some attention from Bright Sun Films. Disney found out, got ticked off, and plus this little pompous reporter who wanted to get attention for 5 minutes blacklisted him, so much so that Bright Sun Films publicly denounced him, which I think was going too far, but anyway, that being said, guys, he has been more or less ostracized from the Urbex commune or excuse me, that's the wrong word, Urbex community. And he's also, he's lost all of his monetization. He's lost a lot of friends. I think he lost his job too. So that being said, guys, our question about Matt Sonswa is, and again, we're not pretending to be the judge and jury here. We're just here to give our opinion. Do we think Matt Sonswa deserved all the crap he got? And once again, Michelle, it's on you.
I strongly feel like he did not deserve it. I feel like I said before, I don't feel like he was actually urban exploring because Disney is a park that's still open, and I feel like he wasn't hurting anything, he wasn't stealing anything, he wasn't breaking anything. So I don't feel like he was doing anything morally wrong. I feel like he was probably getting a little big headed, like he was getting a little big headed, like what is it, like prideful, and like he was just getting too brave, and he started doing too much and just going around places where people already were. But I honestly feel like that shouldn't be like I feel like you shouldn't do that. But I also feel like I can't stand that reporter guy because I feel like he just ruined somebody's whole career of what they were doing just to get a news report for 5 minutes of fame. Like, why would you call Patreon and say, "Hey, this guy's not doing something legal. You're gonna let this happen"?
And
That's just
here's the best part, Michelle. I went back and rewatched this today. I already cannot remember the reporter's name. It's like you did all that for us to not remember your name 5 minutes later.
yeah,
So
yeah. And he felt good about it. Like he was he looked like he felt so good about ruining this guy's. Like he ruined his friendship with these people. He ruined this guy's career. What he did, like I said, I don't think that he should have been going in Disney World, but he could have found other places to go.
yeah. Now, I will say that I don't think that the reporter is solely responsible for his friends leaving. I'll get into that more in a minute. Cody, how about you, sir? What do you think?
Uh, no, I don't think the punishment fits the crime. Like, look, yes, he was trespassing. I feel like some of it was a little bit of urban exploration because at first he was exploring areas that were not just boarded up by Disney or not just in Disney World, but just not being used at that time. They were completely abandoned. They were technically abandoned places. But did he cross the line by going into these other spaces that were frequented? They just weren't being used for the public. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of crossed the line, but that does not constitute you deserving to have your entire livelihood and relationships nuked from orbit.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. And the reporter guy, he was Michelle was right. That guy was kind of riding high off of his own fumes about what he did, and so it was just and then his friend group kind of ditching him was also really really cruddy. That was also not cool. So that's kind of my feelings on he did do some things that weren't cool, but slap him with a no trespassing. Make him he wants to do that at Disney. He's not allowed to come back anymore. That's fair. That's a punishment I feel fits the crime, but not having his livelihood and his friendships destroyed.
Now I'm going to go ahead and spill something because we keep talking about how he lost friends, and again, Bright Sun Films gave a really, really cold rebuke to him on Twitter whenever this all went down. Part of this did happen, yes, because the nobody reporter thought he had his white Bronco moment, but it also was because Disney did get a hold of Matt's videos and they were ticked. And Matt actually put out a video, and yes, there are two sides to every story, but based on what I've seen that came from the people he talks about in the video, and then based on, just I think everything he said was true. Long story short, Disney, he was friends with Bright Sun Films and his girlfriend for a while, and they even had a podcast together. And Disney actually brought in internal investigators from the Disney Corporation, who dug up pictures of him with Bright Sun Films on Disney cruise ships, going into parks, and essentially threatened Bright Sun Films and his girlfriend, if you don't denounce this person, we're going to ban you. We're going to ban your girlfriend. His girlfriend worked at one of the hotels at the time. And Bright Sun Films has quite the man crush on Disney. And he caved like thin glass and went as far as to write that bashing little paragraph on, it wasn't bashing, but he said, I have nothing to do with Matt anymore. He wasn't even nice about the way he worded it. He just said, I have nothing to do with him, and I assure all of you that no other urban explorer does anymore either. He went out of his way to let Disney know, his sugar daddy know, yes, I hate Matt now. So, yeah, the reporter instigated, but Disney also really pressed their thumb a little too hard, in my opinion. Still, I'm not going to give my full opinion yet, but yeah, just to kind of give it some context.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And for the record, I would just like to say Disney is just, I think we can all agree at this point, the worst. Can we all agree that Disney is the worst?
Yes, they're so greedy.
I've lost all hope in Disney ever being a good company again.
So yeah, don't mess with Mouse, but I liked his videos. I remember the stuff he did with Bright Sun, especially Discovery Island, I think was one of them, right? Wasn't he the kid that first went to Discovery Island?
Well, he went to Discovery Island. Bright Sun Films allegedly never accompanied him because Bright Sun Films did not agree with him being on Disney property at all because it was still open, and because, again, he has his man crush on Disney.
But yeah, I enjoyed those videos, and I enjoyed the collaboration he did with Bright Sun. I didn't know there was some kind of animosity between them, but
let the record show I am a big fan of Bright Sun Films, but I think it was really lame to watch him cower to Disney like that. But again, two sides to every story. But based on what I've heard and seen, it's kind of obvious to me he cowered at Disney's beck and call. So not a big fan of that decision. John, sorry, continue.
I think my biggest issue with that kid is that he was doing all these really extreme forms of urban exploring, risky forms of urban exploring, and putting his face out there and his name out there. If you're going to do this stuff, conceal yourself a little bit better. I mean, Disney probably has cameras everywhere, so they're going to know who you are, but you might have delayed it a little bit longer if you didn't have your name on your YouTube channel or show your face in the videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny because Adam the Woo didn't do half of what Matt Sonswa did, and he had to fight to get his ban lifted.
He got banned from Disney?
He got banned for a hot minute. He's actually banned from Universal too, but he actually got Disney to lift it. I have no idea if Universal did or not, though.
Why did he get banned?
I don't remember. I guess he was just wandering a little too close to the abandoned property. Whereas Matt Sonswa was in there right up on the animatronics of still functioning roller coaster rides, even though he claims that wasn't him doing it. And it took Disney that long to find him. It's hilarious. But anyway, so my opinion is, because again, we're asking if Matt Sonswa got what he deserved. I think deserved is a strong word. I would say Matt got what was coming to him, because it's kind of inevitable when you're doing things as risky as he was doing. And he had, like I said before too, he made a video addressing everything that had happened after the fact. And I listened to his video, I heard his explanation, like his side of the story, and I did feel like he was telling the truth, but kind of getting back to what y'all said earlier about how he has like an ego problem, probably, I also felt like he was kind of dodging responsibility a little bit, because like this dude has a problem, in my opinion, because he has had 2 lifetime bans, and still, after the bans, kept sneaking into Disney. Like, he snuck into Universal, I think, too. And that, to me, is trespassing, because the place is still in operation. Like, abandoned places, no one's there. You're not disrupting anything. In this case, though, you still are. And the fact that he keeps going, even though it's lost him friends, it's banned him from all of the Disney parks, it has demonetized him from almost every platform, and earned him ostracism in the Urbex world. And yet he's still doing it. Like, to my knowledge, he's still trying to get into these after-hours places. This guy just gives me the vibes of he doesn't learn his lessons. And, yeah, it did suck the way it all turned out for him, and he does have a passion. But I think his passion got really, really misdirected. And I do believe him when he says that Disney, again, coerced Jake into disowning him. I do believe that sinister crap did happen, but he still, I feel like, brought it on himself because of how far he went with it. Like, regardless of your intentions, you still shouldn't be sneaking around a property that's still in operation. I don't care why you're doing it. So I think, yes, it sucked how it happened. I think it sucked that Bright Sun Films needed Disney so bad. He went as far as to publicly disown this guy, but I do think he brought this on himself. So, call me hard up if you want, but I don't think deserved is the best word to explain it, but I do think he brought it on himself. That's my unpopular opinion, it seems like, in this particular conversation, but it is what it is.
And he's still putting it up on YouTube under his own name.
Mm-hmm.
Even after
oh yeah, he released. Well, he began to claim in some of his newer stuff that it wasn't him in the videos, and you do never see the guy behind the camera's face. And he even claimed that he was telling the story based on the way the video's submitter told it, but he told it so freestyle. I really have a hard time believing that wasn't him in the video, and that now he's just trying to cover his tracks a little bit better. But
you could, get an online persona like normal people.
Exactly.
Or be like a normal person who breaks and enters. Wear a mask.
Yeah, like a ski mask. That would totally keep him out of trouble if he just had on like a ski mask while he did this.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not urban exploring. I'm just here to loot stuff.
Exactly. See, this is why y'all listen to So Yeah, because you learn valuable life lessons. Now you know how to better commit a felony. You're welcome, kids.